Hey everybody, happy Tuesday, happy Talkie Tuesday. That is, my name is Dori Patrick. I'm a mixed media artist. I live and work here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Welcome to my home studio. Welcome if you are new here. Welcome back if you are returning. I love checking in with you guys. I'm trying to stay on a roll of keeping this a weekly thing. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Anyway, welcome to my studio. I'm trying a new angle today. We'll see how this works. As many of you know who have been here a while, I do love this room. It's got some really great lighting, natural light coming in on all sides, but it is kind of hard to film with all that light coming in different angles. But you know what? Done is better than perfect, right? So here we are. So how are you? I hope y'all have had a really great week. Last week here in the States was a holiday week, so we had that Monday off. So this is the following week after a little short holiday week, and we're getting back into the groove here at our house. Just getting back into the work and the flow. I'm trying to get into the flow. I am kind of struggling with the flow these days. There's just um, a lot of little things I've had to check off my list this week. So, little admin things, things that are with the computer and with some deadlines and, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, wah, wah, Dory. Anyway, I'm happy to be here with you. I wanted to fill you in on a couple of things that I am excited about. I am getting ready for, at the end of this month, I will be an artist at the Octagon Art Festival again. This is in Ames, Iowa. It is the last Sunday of September, and of course, you would think I would have that date written down on handy, but I'm looking at my calendar. The 28th, Sunday the 28th. If you are in the Ames, Iowa area, please come and see me. I'm working on a bunch of new stuff for this, just for this show. I am planning to release some new paper goodies as well, some new sticker designs, and I think a few prints too, as long as my samples come back okay. I'm waiting on a couple of samples from a new printer to make sure that they look okay before I go making an order. But yeah, so come and see us. Octagon Arts Festival. It's one day only, Sunday, the 28th of September. And it is just a really, really fun day. It's such a fun festival. We always have a good time. And Ames is just close enough to us that we get up at the buck crack of dawn, we drive out there, do the show, and then come home that night. It's a bit of a push, but it's one of those things that we can just like get it all done in one day and come back home. And we kind of like that, but I know that we're going to be tired at the end too. But so I'm excited about that. I'm getting some new stuff together for that, new paintings. So if you saw me in Des Moines earlier in the summer, I was in Valley Junction in June. I think that was June. This will be new stuff, new stuff you didn't see in Valley Junction. So I hope you'll come and see me. The other thing I'm really, really excited about is I have been thinking about this for a really long time, and I finally bit the bullet. Is that the phrase? Bit the bullet? Anyway, I finally took the plunge and invested in an iPad for myself. This is the iPad Air, 13-inch. I haven't really talked about this a whole lot, because I don't know why I haven't talked about it. This has been in the back of my brain for a really long time. I have really been wanting to up my game in the pattern design department. And I have a system that of photo editing and art editing that I have on my laptop. But I was really feeling limited and didn't quite, I don't know how to describe it. It was really a clunky process. Um, and I have had my eye on iPad and Procreate for a really long time. I know Procreate is really the mamma jamma of programs when it comes to digital art. And I am going to dive into learning more about it. So my main reason for getting this is to have the Procreate so that I can up my game a little bit with um, altering my artwork, altering my analog work with Procreate, but also creating actual new digital art with this. Um, so I was able to take advantage of a Labor Day sale, got a really good deal on it, got the Procreate, and then I also I invested in a couple of books, and these have both been, I mean, already. I am only a week into this journey, and both of these books have already taught me so much. And believe me, if you can teach me to do this, it's a good book because I am so challenged. My husband will tell you I am technology challenged. Anyway, these are the two books that I got. The first one is The Illustrator's Guide to Procreate by Ruth Burrows. Um, there's the cover. And if I can remember, I'll put some links in the show notes if you want to look these up. Um, that has been really helpful. I mean, you guys, I am starting from square one, like how to even start a new picture, how to import, all that stuff. So this one is definitely really good for beginners. It literally starts you at the very beginning. So I've already gotten a lot out of this one. This one I have touched a little bit, and I know it's going to be helpful. I just haven't dove into this one as much, but this is Drawing Digital by Lisa Bardot. And I know you guys, many of you have probably heard of Lisa. She is a prolific content creator. She does a lot of online tutorials. She has a lot of free tutorials, but also some classes that you can purchase and take with her. I really like her style. The way she teaches is very um, interesting. It keeps you excited. She gives you, so you can have a lot of little wins, if that makes sense. Um, so that's that's kind of what I'm excited about today, is just diving into this a little bit more, learning what I can. It's really going to be um, a matter of making time, a little bit every day to touch the iPad, get some stuff going. I'm really, really interested in getting some of my art um, more accessible for products and design, like fabric design and repeat patterns and that kind of thing. So I think this is really going to help me. I hope. We'll see. Um, and of course, if, those of you who have iPads, you know how wonderful they are. It's really intuitive, really easy to use. Um, and shout out to Denise for inspiring me to get this. I don't think she knows this, and I don't know if she'll watch this video, but if you are, Denise, thank you so much. You are the one that kind of got me going on this, on committing to doing this. And really building up my skill set. So thank you. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Per usual, the studio has lots of little piles of things happening. There's just all kinds of stuff happening. I've got some projects. I'm going to be teaching in October. I'm helping out at the Eastern Iowa Arts Academy, helping with some of their kids' after school programs. And so I'm coming up with a couple of little projects. So I've got little things laying around. I'm trying out some different supplies. I've got paintings in progress. It's just a hot mess in here. So I think when I say goodbye to you after I record this, I am going to take some time and straighten this place out and clean it up a little bit. But that's what's new for now. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. I was thinking today we could keep it nice and kind of short and sweet. One of the questions I was getting, I'm going to try to just take some of your questions and turn that into a topic for the Talkie Tuesday, if that's okay with you guys. And one question I was getting a little bit after the past few journaling videos that we did together. Asking a lot about tools and what my favorite tools are, my favorite marking tools, my favorite, this and that. We all love to talk about our supplies, don't we? I love it too. So I thought today we would touch base just about pencils. I have, I don't know, probably a half a dozen go-to pencils that I use every single day in my practice. And this is in my journaling and in my artwork that I produce for sale. I use these tools on everything. The things I love, and I love a writing utensil. I will try just about anything. And I love playing with lots of different things. But when it comes down to it, there are the favorites, aren't there? Always the ones that we grab time and time again because we can count on them to do what we want. So I think I'm going to turn this camera around, put you overhead, and we'll run through my favorite pencils. And when I can, I'm going to try to put links in the show notes so that hopefully you can find them online or at least kind of know what they're called so that you can Google for them and find them yourself. I think most of these things I use can be found very easily on either Blick or Amazon. That's pretty much where I order things. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to turn this camera around and we'll get to talking about pencils. All right. Hello. Welcome back to the tabletop. All right. Okay. So let's go through my favorite pencils. And I'm going to do them in order of favorites. So let's start with my number one favorite pencil. And like I said, I'm going to have links and descriptions for all of these so that you can find them online as well. These are some well-loved pencils, but my Mama Jamma is the Stabilo All. And this is the red pencil, but it's regular graphite. So Stabilo All. Now Stabilo All comes in other colors too. I also have, here's the Stabilo All in black. And it's just a darker, inkier graphite. So Stabilo All is a water-soluble graphite, and that is why I love it. I love it because it lays down so nice and smooth. It is a nice dark, it gives you a nice dark mark. Let's start up here. It's got a fairly soft core. Here's the Stabilo All in black. Yeah. Oh, I love that black. That's so pretty. And the Stabilo all comes in other colors too. I can't remember. There's like a handful of them. I think there's a green, a red, and a blue, and maybe another version of a graphite pencil, just like a slightly different shade. But the red pencil with the standard graphite is the one. I literally buy these by the dozen. I go through them a lot. And I love that they lay down so easily, and I love that they are also water soluble. So let me get some water and my little handy dandy brush. And this is this is Canson mixed media paper. I just found this tablet in my drawer. See how you can move that around? I love that. If you are looking to kind of loosen up your work, oh, that black. See, look how inky. That is so yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. If you're looking to like loosen up your work, kind of lose a little bit of control, smudging the marks and using these as shading, these are fabulous for that. So these are Stabilo all. Those are my all-time fave. I'm actually, yeah, the graphite is my number one, but this black is really close to overtaking this one. I love that. Now, because they're water soluble, if you're using this in finished work, on paintings or whatnot, you have to know that this will reconstitute when you get it wet. So if you get something the way you like it with these pencils, you need to use a fixative. And depending on what I'm doing, that varies. Sometimes I will do a spray fixative, just a plain old, oh, the name is escaping me at the moment, but a varnish that would seal pastel and charcoal, that kind of thing. That would seal this well. I also love Spectrafix. That is a casein protein-based fixative. It takes a few coats to get it to stay, but I love that one because it doesn't have fumes. You could also paint over this quickly with a matte varnish or a satin varnish to set it. And then you could work on top of it again. Because if you went in here with some acrylic paints and some wet mediums, all of this would kind of just get mushed up into that paint as well. So that's something to keep in mind with the water soluble pencils. There's another water soluble that I am really becoming quite fond of, and it's the Derwent Inktense. I know a lot of you know about these and play around with them too. This pencil is the pencil itself, the body is a little chunkier than the Stabilo. This is a slender pencil. This one's a little chunkier. I usually have to bump up a notch on my pencil sharpener to get this sharpened because it's just a slightly wider body. But this will do a very similar thing to the Stabilo. So you can draw with it, obviously, but you can also, let me get some clean water, but you can also activate that. I love that color. Isn't that gorgeous? This almost has like a warmer brown tone. Love that. In case you're wondering, the color for that one is Indian ink. And of course, these come in tons of colors. I just have not pulled the trigger yet and bought a whole bunch of these. I really love this Indian ink, though I've bought several of these because I go through darks pretty quickly. So that one is the Derwent Inktense. Spelled that right, didn't I? Yes, Inktense. Yeah. So, while we're talking water soluble, there's one other favorite. Well, actually, I wanted to show you. This is how much I love those Stabilo alls. I go through them and I get them down to, these aren't even as tiny as some of them. Here are some tinier ones. I don't let anything go to waste. I say I use up every little stub. So when they start getting too short for me to find in the pencil cup, I save this extra little side cup with another pencil sharpener so I can keep going and use up every little bit. A friend of mine told me I should take a couple of these and turn them into earrings. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. So they're so precious to me. So I use up every little bit. And then here's another tip. So if this bugs you, um, I actually love using the little stubby pencils too. But if this bothers you and you feel like you want to have the feeling of a regular pencil, you can get these pencil extenders. And so here's the brand. I think I got these as a pack of 6 or 8. I think I've got 6. You just pop the pencil in. It's a little bit of a loose fit for some of them. But it extends the hand out so that you can stay loose with your drawing. And that's the biggest thing. Staying loose with your drawing requires you to move your hand back on that pencil so that you lose some of that control. You don't want to be up here if you are trying to stay loose. So that's a good way to keep your hand loose. So, and I can't remember how much these were, but if I can find the link to them, I will put that in the show notes so that you can find them. So one more water-soluble product is Lyra. I think that's how you say them. Lyra. Again, I'll find a link. These are the graphite sticks. They actually come wrapped and with a label. I don't have any anymore that have labels because I get these so wet and messy, the paper label just breaks down and comes off. But this is what they look like when they're well loved. And there are different I don't know what you call it, grades. There's like a 6B, or there are 3 different grade. We'll call them grades, and I think they vary in softness and how dark they go on. And these are water soluble too. So when you're working on a large piece, let's lay them all down. Oh yeah, that one goes on darker. And there's the medium. Yeah. So when you're working on large pieces, like when I do my 18 by 24 paper pieces and I want pencil marks, sometimes I will grab these because I can just get a bigger mark with these than a regular pencil. And these are also water soluble. Look at that. Yummy. And this one is darker. It doesn't seem to move as much. So I think you kind of got to play. Oh, and that one moves a lot. I think it depends on how soft or how hard the lead is as to how much movement you get. And it depends on the paper too that you use. So these are the Lyra, if I'm saying that right. Graphite sticks. Aren't those fun? And you can get these individually. You can also get multi-packs, I believe, where you could try one of each. Love those. Okay. And I think that's all of my water-soluble pencils. Yes, correct. This, my next favorite, strictly for drawing, writing, journaling, whatever. And this is not the only, they have many different designs, but Blackwing. I know a lot of you guys have heard of Blackwing pencils. They are kind of like the cream of the crop when it comes to pencils. Look at that. And these are really creeping up my favorites list. I really love. I have a couple of these in my purse all the time for sketching, and I use these in my sketchbooks. I use these in my planner. They just lay down this lovely dark mark. The erasers are replaceable. They're beautiful. I love to draw with these and then erase over my drawing to kind of obscure some of the detail sometimes and just kind of gives it a different effect. But you can't go wrong with black wings. They are pricey. I will say that. There's a reason they're good. But we in this house, we give them at Christmas. They are something that my husband really loves too, and we give them to each other at Christmas. So sometimes we will each find a package of black wings in our stockings. So yeah, so any of the black wings, really, you can't go wrong. They just are a yummy quality pencil. Love those. A recent love of mine also has become the Prismacolor Ebony pencil. Prismacolor is also my favorite brand in colored pencil. So it's no surprise that this one really works well for me too. I am a heavy-handed drawer. Is that what it is? You're a drawer? I don't think that's the right word. You guys, I did not have enough coffee this morning. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm heavy-handed. I love a good, strong, dark mark. I do not like messing around when it comes to pencils. I want the pencil to just give me all it's got. And this Prismacolor does that. This is the jet black, extra smooth. No eraser on the end, and I'm pretty sure these are not water soluble, but I have had fun kind of smudging them with my finger, and then I also have a smudging stick. I was doing some faces the other day and giving some little shadow under the eye by just smudging it with my finger, and it was really working out well. So yeah, so that's Prismacolor Jet Black. I'm sure there are other versions of graphite. I think I got this in like a 6-pack. I think off of Blick. I'm not sure. I'll look that up for you. Okay, so Prismacolor, love. And then, of course, you have already heard me singing the praises of Prismacolor colored pencils. Same thing. These are the Prismacolor Premier. They have this gorgeous, gorgeous. They just lay the color down. They're not messing around. It is a soft core, so you will find yourself sharpening a lot if you are heavy-handed like I am. I cannot say enough good things about these. These are my favorite. I love playing around with colored pencils. I'll try just about anything, but these are the ones. If I was stranded on a desert island, hopefully there would be a pencil sharpener there so I could draw with these. This is the one I love. Prismacolor. And some of the colors, I didn't grab any light ones because I've got white paper here, but I go through the light colors really fast. Like white, I have a pale gray that I love, a pale yellow, a pale blue. I love doing little highlights with them. I go through dozens of these a year. So love them, give them a shot. They sometimes come in lovely collectible tins that are fun to hang on to. Here's the other color I pulled out but didn't lay down. Yummy purple Prismacolor. Okay, couple more things and then we're done, friends. Honorable mentions. This is the Faber-Castell Jumbo. This one is 8B. Oh, there we go. It's a jumbo. It's a chunker. So I've got to do the setting on my pencil sharpener. But I really love this one too. I love it because it's chunky. It's really dark and smooth. It's kind of a medium strength graphite, in my opinion. It's not the darkest. It's definitely not the lightest. It's just right in the middle, and it's quite permanent. I think I played with this a while back. See, my finger's getting dirty, so we need to do a cleaner experiment here. But it doesn't smudge as much. So if you're looking for something that's really laying down a permanent mark for you, this might be the one for you. And let's see how it erases. Yeah, it erases pretty well. It just doesn't smudge. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool to know. You can get some really interesting patterns there. Okay. One more thing to share. I don't know if this really falls into the pencil category, but I'm going to throw it in anyway because we do what we want, right? The Sharpie Peel Off China markers. I have them in black and white, and they are super waxy, permanent marking tools. And they have this almost like, you can kind of hear it, kind of a sticky, waxy crayon feel. The white, you're not going to see so much, but you can see it lay over that. I use these a lot in my abstract paintings. They lay on a permanent mark. There's no adapting this or changing it. Once you put it on, it's on. I have gone over it with acrylics before, never in large quantities, but it works well. Even though it's waxy, you can use it, kind of mix it in with your water-based mixed media. They have fairly recently, I think, come up with a cha-ching one. That's what we call it. Cha-ching, retractable. Like a pen, you can cha-ching it and pop it out and pop it back in to protect it. If you aren't digging this peel off stuff, which a lot of people don't. I also do not, but I love this enough that I put up with it. But my next batch, I'm going to get the retractable ones because I think that's just going to be easier. What I love about these is that waxy pull that it gets. It's kind of unpredictable. If you let the pencil lead you, you can get some really fun, kind of jerky, unexpected movements with it. And that's what I love. Yeah. All right. And that was China. And I think they're called China markers because they actually can be used on china and glass. I think you can write on several surfaces with these. And this is Sharpie. Okay. There, guys. My favorite pencils. I hope you enjoyed. If I'm missing some from this list, I would love to hear what your favorites are. Do let me know in the comments, because I'm always so curious about our preferences. Are so interesting, aren't they? As creators, we all kind of love what we love. We do what we do, and it's so interesting. I love hearing what you all are up to and how you use the materials too. So please let me know. I'd love to hear it. And I hope this finds you well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you here again soon for another Talkie Tuesday. Bye, everybody.